Hello, all you Earthicans. I'm Aaron, Kilo 5, Alpha Tango Golf, and tonight we're going to be doing a video on me being a net control operator for our Radio Club's weekly net. I've been doing this for 9 years, nearly every Saturday evening. Hopefully before long I'll figure out how to do it properly. But it's real simple. Going to be using this here radio, going to transmit into a repeater. Repeater is going to pump up the power and put out a bigger signal so people farther away and the metro can listen in. I will start off by reading a prepared script, and then we'll go from that to start checking in. After check-ins, we will each of us will take a turn saying basically what we want to talk about. You hear anything from politics to guns to radios, off-roading. We talk about everything, and it's a lot of fun, and it keeps us in touch with how to operate our radios, because when a disaster happens, we want to know how to use the radio and not waste time trying to figure the darn thing out. So that's about it. I have you watching the radio and my computer where I'm going to be logging everybody at. And so you really don't need to watch me, just see what's going on here. And basically look over my shoulder, and we will get the job done. That typically lasts anywhere from 20 minutes to, it could go to an hour at times. So we will see how long this lasts. It is 8 o'clock p.m. and so it's time to get the party started here. I'm going to be starting off reading the script. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Midvale Amateur Radio Club's Saturday Night Live on-air net. This net meets on the air every Saturday evening at 8 p.m. local time and covers much of the Oklahoma City metropolitan area. This repeater uses a positive offset of 5 megahertz and has a PL tone of 151.4. Our club's call sign is Whiskey 5 Mike Whiskey Charlie, and we meet at 10 a.m. on the first Saturday morning of the month at the Midwest City Public Library at 8143 East Reno, Midwest City. We have our Monday night tech meeting on the second Monday of the month, also at the Midwest City Public Library at 8143 East Reno and Midwest City. This meeting starts about 6:30 in the evening. To learn more about the Midvale Amateur Radio Club, please visit our website at w5mwc.org and our Facebook page at facebook.com/W5MWC. I pause here to let my radio reset, because you can only transmit for so long before it shuts off. To participate in this net, simply say your name, your call sign slowly and phonetically, your location, and if you're in for full participation or just for the count. We typically go 3 rounds with new check-ins at the end of each round. My name is Aaron. My call sign is Kilo 5 Alpha Tango Golf, and I will be the net control for this evening's net. At this time, I will stand by to allow everyone to check in. Now everybody just start checking in.
This is W5, DR Whiskey 5, Delta Radio Oscar, Donald, West Lincoln County. I'm in for full participation. Also check in my wife Leah, W3LEO, that's Whiskey 3 Lima Echo Oscar. Leah, she is in for the count only. And then also check in K4JT, that's Kilo 4 Juliet Tango Echo, in for the count only. And Jonah is sitting next to me right now listening in. Back to you.
Participation, running a beam antenna out of Shawnee.
Tim, I think that was you and Shawnee double transmitted with Donald. Could you try again, please?
Yep, that was me. W5TAH. Now I'm running the beam antenna. I can't get up on the hills today because all that dirt is like loose dirt they take out the ground of the hills that I go up on. And I don't want to get stuck because we had a lot of rain. So I'm just running the beam tonight from the parking lot. W5TAH.
Alright, I got you. Anybody else would like to check in? I'm standing by for additional check-ins. That is the repeater identifying itself. Repeater's call sign is Whiskey.
Yes, this is Jordan with Kilo Juliet 5 India Mike Charlie. I'm here in South Midwest City, and I'll probably just be here for the check-in. Thank you.
We have to identify ourselves on the radio. Couldn't hear that one, so we tried again. Somebody just tried to check in. I could not hear. It was very quiet. Could you try again, please?
Member of the Midwest City Club. I'm in Dell City.
Okay, I got two check-ins on the same time there. The first one was the one I was trying to get, the person in Dell City. Let me get you in just a minute. I'm trying to get the person just before that is real faint. And we lost them. They don't want to check in again. Okay, so I guess we'll go to the one in Dell City. Could you check in again, please?
Hello, this is Jeremiah. I just got my general license in Midwest City. It is Kilo John 5 Hotel Lima Delta.
Copy that. Anybody else would like to check in?
This is Kilo Juliet 5 Hotel X-Ray Delta in Choctaw.
Okay, I got Kilo Juliet 5 Hotel X-Ray Delta, Todd in Choctaw. Anybody else would like to check in? We have 11 people so far, so we're doing pretty good. Okay, on the last one, I just got the Kilo Echo on the call sign. Could you try it again?
Yes, this is William, Midwest City. Call sign Kilo Echo 8 Juliet Mike Delta. I'll just see it to the checkout, or the check-in.
Okay, thank you. I got your information. Anybody else? We got quite a few people on here, and there's always room for more to check in. So if you're just hanging back listening, this would be a good time to check in, even if it's just for the count.
Mike, Kilo Bravo 5 Hotel Juliet.
Okay, was that Kilo Bravo 5 Hotel Echo Juliet? Copy that. Thank you. People get going so fast with their call sign that it's hard for me to get the correct call sign at times. We go through this every week, and that's why on the first check-in, I have you saying your call sign slowly and phonetically. Kilo 5 Alpha Tango Golf. If it's Kilo 5 Alpha Tango Golf and it's over the radio, you can't hear it. You can't understand it. And these people do this every week. For 9 years I've been putting through this. Okay, we'll go through everybody's call signs. I had some trouble getting some. Like I emphasize every week, slowly and phonetically when you're doing your call signs. 90 miles an hour, I'm not going to hear it. So we'll start off with me, Net Control, Aaron, Kilo 5, Alpha Tango Golf, in for the Net Control in Midwest City. We got Faye, Kilo 5, Foxtrot Tango Sierra, in for the count from Taco Bell. We got Tanya, Kilo Foxtrot 5, Victor Bravo Uniform, from Valera Rehabilitation Hospital, Midtown Oklahoma City, in for the count. Got Miss Leah, Whiskey 3, Lima Echo Oscar, she's in for the count also. Then we have Donald, Kilo Golf 5, Radio America. He got his radio room taken away from him for the evening, so he's in for the count also. We got the next Donald, Whiskey 5 Delta Romeo Oscar, I believe in Lincoln County, for a full participation. We have James, Kilo 4 Juliet Tango Echo, in for the count. And we'll go out to Potawatomi County for Tim, Whiskey 5 Tango Alpha Hotel, in for full participation. Then we have Jordan, Kilo Juliet 5 India Mike Charlie, in for the count. We got Jeremy in Del City, Kilo Juliet 5 Hotel Lima Delta, in for full participation. Then Todd in Choctaw, Kilo Juliet 5 Hotel X-Ray Delta, in for full participation. Got William, I believe in Midwest City, Kilo Echo 8 Juliet Mike Delta, in for the count. Get timed off. And then we have Michael, also in Midwest City, Kilo Bravo 5 Hotel Zulu Juliet, in for the count. If I got your call sign wrong or if I missed you, this would be a time to make the correction. Nobody corrected me, so I'm assuming I got the call signs correct and all the information correct. So now we're going to start at the top of the list and have everybody take their turn. If you're in for the count, that means you're just for the count. You're not going to participate on the radio, but it still helps us with the total number of participants on the net. Okay, so we're going to start off round one here with Donald, Whiskey 5 Delta Romeo Oscar, and for a heads up, I'm attempting to videotape this net to show others what it's like to do net control from this end, and we'll see how it turns out. So go ahead, Donald, Whiskey 5 Delta Romeo Oscar, go ahead.
Right on there, Aaron. That's a good thing to try out. So don't say any bad words, okay? Got it, copy. Anyhow, thank you for having me on the net, and I want to say, Tim, using your beam actually is doing you way better than when you were up on your hill. You were in almost full quieting. That was pretty good. Anyhow, we got that wall of water that went through. Woo! That was a wall of water. I hope everybody is staying dry. I know most of the state is covered in a flash flood watch right now. I can't see. I guess the ground is just so dry that it's going to roll off the ground instead of get absorbed. So anyhow, thank you, Aaron, for hosting this night. You did a good job. I'll send it back to you. Oh, and we got to get these check-in onlys to on there. Don't be afraid to get on the mic. W5, Bureau, back to Nest.
Thank you, Donald. And yes, we talk about just about every subject you can come up with. We just we think of the language as more important. We don't want people getting on and just using foul language. That's not much fun for the entire group. But just about any topic we talk about on a weekly basis. Now we're going to the Beam guy out in Potawatomi County. Tim, Whiskey 5 Tango Alpha Hotel. And yes, I agree with Donald. Your beam is working pretty good for you tonight.
Okay, good. We'll see how it works wet. So yeah, I'm sticking my hand out the Kubota. It's starting to rain again a little bit here, but hey, we're good. Well, I should probably try to make a little tripod or something for it, and I can just sit there and it'll hold it for me. I worked on converting a OPEC coax antenna, three-way channel switch, converting it to BNCs. It had the SO239s on there, and for use in the park, I don't want to have to bring adapters, so I swapped them out with BNCs. I sent a few of y'all a picture, and it looks almost professional. So I did the same with my tuner. I converted it to BNC connectors. So you have less loss because of an adapter, and then just don't have to keep up with 7 or 8 or 10 SO239 to BNC adapters, and I like that idea. I tuned an off-center fed dipole for my radio that you've got over there, Aaron. And I actually had to add 8 feet to the long side of it to make it tune correctly on the lower bands. And I also found if I ground the coax, if I run a ground to it, like ground wires, off of the connector, it drops the SWRs greatly and works even better. So, can't wait to try that out and see how it actually works on the air. Got my end-feds all tuned, and I'm just waiting on my Chameleon SS25 whip, telescopic whip, to come in. It's been on back order, so I can use it with my loading coil. And I've got an antenna with it, but I want to use it with the mill extension. It'll give me a 33-foot vertical base
That's
loading
fine.
with a coil.
On this net,
And large
we can talk as
diameter
long as we
coil.
want.
I want to see how well that works on the lower band. It should work very well.
That's just fine as long as you identify your call sign
Ground
every
cables.
10 minutes.
And I've got a question. What size ground wires would be good to run on like 80 meters, 60 meters, and whatnot? The longest I ever see people deploy is 33-foot ground wires. And do you believe that's just for the 40-meter band? If I go out to 80 meters, I think I calculated it out to about 72 feet. 72 feet of ground wires. Do you think that would make it work better? Back to the net, W5TAH.
All right, Jim, could you clarify your question? Are you meaning ground wire or counterpoise?
Well, it's about the same thing. It's a wire you hook to it and you run out on the ground. And they say tune them for your frequencies.
Yeah, it was been my thinking that again you have it tuned for your frequency, so you have it cut for like 17 feet or give or take for 20 meters, 33 feet for 40 meters. Basically like you would a dipole, and adjust it from there. Does that answer your question?
Maybe. I'm going to try it with 72 feet and add to to the ones I have and see if it improves things. Other than that, back to the net.
All right, sounds good. And I also welcome other people to give their input on this because I've never been accused of being the sharpest knife in the drawer. So now we're going to go out to Del City for Jeremy. Kilo Juliet 5, Hotel Lima Delta. Go ahead. He may be in for the count. Jeremy, Kilo Juliet 5, Hotel Lima Delta, go ahead. Alright, he may be in for the count, so now we'll go to Choctaw for Mr. Todd. Kilo Juliet 5, Hotel X-Ray Delta, go ahead. Okay, thank you for letting me know, and that will be the end of round 1. As a reminder, on November the 16th, the 2 weeks from today, I think we need to change it to the 17th, will be better Sunday, will be our November POTA event, and it will be at the Soldier Creek Industrial Park on 23rd Street at Soldier Creek Industrial Park Trails. It's about halfway between Air Depot and Midwest Boulevard on the south side of the 23rd Street. Went by the other day, they got a nice picnic table set up in the shades, plenty of trees to hook our antennas to, and it should work out pretty good for us. So that will be the end of round 1. If there's somebody else like to jump in and participate with this will be a good time to do so. I am your net control, Aaron, Kilo 5, Alpha Tango Golf, standing by for additional check-ins. Like my hair? Been all day working on it. See, no additional check-ins, so now we will start to round 2. Alright, no additional check-ins, and I'm not able to see what's going on Facebook because apparently I had too much fun on it, so I'll be able to go back to doing Facebook check-ins here in a couple weeks. Another reminder for an event. December 9th will be our club's Christmas party. It'll be at Pelican's Restaurant on Air Depot by Heritage Park Mall, and that will be from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. And we've been having our Christmas party there for the last couple of years, so I'm guessing it works out pretty good. We'll start off at the top of the list for Donald, Whiskey 5, Delta Romeo Oscar. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Aaron. I just checked your Facebook. No one, you have, hang on one second. It looks like you have one check-in, AI5LD. That's Alpha India 5 Lima Bravo. As for, I'm kind of interested what you do on Facebook that got you kicked off. Okay, so anyhow, counterpoise, Tim, your counterpoise. So I'm guessing mainly you're doing this for your mobile deployments. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, your counterpoise needs to be tuned. It needs to be tuned. I would have to do the mathematics on it to figure out for each band, and yes, you have to have one for each band. It has to be tuned to each band. And it's really, you're really doing it because, one, you probably don't have a good ground on your mobile deployment. So it's mainly as a ground, to enhance your ground plane. They do in commercial broadcast as AM radio, they do add additional copper into the ground for ground radios to enhance the ground plane, and they are tuned. It is a dying art in the commercial broadcast side of things. It is a dying art. And of course, AM radio is pretty much dying off too. They quit putting those radios in newer vehicles. I think all the Teslas don't have AM tuners in them anymore, sadly. Also, to put this on your calendar, November 11th, here in just next week, the week after next, November 11th is the Veterans Day Parade. And if you want to volunteer, Leah can plug you in. Hit her up on her email, W3LEO, that's Whiskey 3 Lima Echo Oscar, at W5MWC, that's Whiskey 5 Mike Whiskey Charlie.org. So she can get you plugged in if you want to participate and help organize the parade. The city of Midwest City greatly appreciates it when we help them out for that. And this is going on like 10 years, I think, or over 10 years of us doing this. So, and then, I forgot what else I was going to say. Yeah, back to net control, W5 DRM.
Thank you, Donald. And after an absence of several years, I'm actually going to participate with the club on the Veterans Day Parade. I think Miss Leah assigned me to a pharmacy over there down the road from the grandstand, and I'm going to be setting it up and filming it with my setup like I am doing with this net. I do have a GoPro camera system that should be coming shortly, so I could probably use that also. So we'll see. Nothing but showing respect for the veterans out there. We couldn't have this radio net or any of our freedoms if it wasn't for the veterans. So can't thank them enough. Now we're going to go back out to Potawatomi County for Mr. Tim. Whiskey 5 Tango Alpha Hotel. Go ahead.
Yeah, I wonder if your counterpoise wires work on harmonics too. Let's say you cut one for 80 meters.
I'm in Midwest City.
That works on harmonics. You got
Tim
40,
is in
40
Shawnee,
band,
about 30 miles
your
away.
Antenna should work on those bands as well. Wonder if counterpoise
Donald
does the same. So then I would only need
is
to really make one counterpoise wire
up in Lincoln County,
for,
about 60 miles away.
for 80 meters, and it would work on
And
40, 20.
typically
Then
these
you got
radios
your
won't
work bands,
reach that
more
far,
like 60 meters. So
but
also,
we
how
have
are
our
you coming with the
repeater
radio, Aaron, on getting that code script written to open up the
up on the
transmit
tower to
on
expand
that,
our coverage.
on that S-BIDAC. And other than that, back to the net, W5TAH. Oh yeah, go vote.
Thank you, Tim. I haven't really gotten much to working on the radio yet. I've been trying to do things for Desiree because she's still in the hospital, and been having a lot of pain issues, and found out that I have severe arthritis in my shoulder that needs surgery on very soon. That's a new one for me. Didn't know I had arthritis. But yeah, I'm going to be getting to the radio as I can. That will be the end of round 2. Anybody else like to jump in and join us for our 73 round? this would be the best time to do so, because after this, I guess you really can't check in. So this is your net control Aaron, Kilo 5, Alpha Tango Golf, standing by for additional check-ins. We got 14 people tonight. That is awesome. That is so awesome. There's a lot of times where we only get one or two. Yeah, a lot of check-ins, but hey, I'll take check-ins too. And we got a Facebook check-in, so that's awesome too. Thank you, Barry. Alright, no additional check-ins here, so we will start at the top with our 73 round out in, I think it's Lincoln County. For Donald, Whiskey 5, Delta, Romeo, Oscar. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This
yes,
is
sir.
our last round.
I'm in
73
Lincoln
means
County.
say goodbye.
Actually, I'm looking at Oklahoma County right now. I decided to leave the house and come up to the top of the hill on 920 Road or Covell, and I'm looking westward toward the power plant. It's just it's in the clouds right now. I can see the glow of the power plant, and I can see County Line Road, and I can see Oklahoma County from here.
We have storms rolling
I was
through.
going to say, I remember what I was going to say on the last round. So that station in Choctaw, I forget his name. His audio is really, really low, and I think it might be either holding where he holds the microphone at, or something like that, possibly. Or it's radio quality. The quality of the radio maybe isn't that good of a microphone inside of it, or something. I'm hoping I come in pretty clear. The sad thing about two-way radio is that you can't really hear yourself talk unless you can get some good separation. Or you can listen to another radio in the background and listen to yourself. But that's the nature of two-way radio. I was going to say, dang, Tim, dang. So back in like 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I don't know how long ago was it. Maybe you can refresh me, Tim. But I bought